Well, hello and welcome to Click Video Magazine, coming to you from the FotoZA gallery here in Rosebank. We're getting ready to do a wonderful little fashion event today. We've invited a whole bunch of photographers from a variety of different genres to come and try their hand at fashion photography. And we found this wonderful location. We've built a ramp, we've got some wonderful backgrounds, and we've got a whole bunch of our CPS stock here for people to come along, see what our cameras, what our lenses can do with professional lighting, models with makeup artists, fancy clothing, courtesy of Joe Borquette and Fashion. So we're really actually excited to see what people are going to be able to do today. But what we'll do is show you a little video clip first of us setting up. So here's a little time lapse of what it took to put this little thing together. See, a fair amount of preparation went into building the sets and the whole lighting rig behind the scenes. So it was quite exciting. What we're having today is a couple of presentations. I'm going to talk about some hints and tips with the photographers about how to get into fashion photography. And we've obviously got Clinton Libber coming along a little bit later as well to give them some ideas on how to shoot under this lighting and how to talk to models, etc. So the whole idea is a workshop that gives people a little bit of insight into how to do this and how to get into that. So let's have a look at some of the video clips from the workshops so you can get an idea of what we were talking about. I want to talk about the greats, where you get your inspiration from. Every single pro photographer I know is inspired by other photographer. And these are the people who, if you haven't heard of them before, you should be looking into them. Helmut Newton, the absolute greatest of all time. He proved that you didn't have to have clothes to do fashion photography to the absolute nth degree. The kind of stuff that he did, his work is still spoken about today. Herb Ritts, probably the man who invented the term supermodel. He did a fantastic movie with these 5 girls, probably the 5 most, where the word supermodel was actually coined was around these 5 girls. In addition, Patrick Demarche, probably one of the most underrated fashion photographers of all time. I think he's absolutely astonishing. He took Linda Evangelista and he made her look like Sophia Loren. Absolutely insane what this guy was capable of doing. He mastered the idea of strange poses, weird stances. He took models into environments like out on the street and he lit them like it was an absolute studio. Annie Leibovitz, also probably one of the most well-known girls in the world at the moment. Here's somebody who can work with not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but a room of 10 to 15, not just models. These are superstars. Don't get locked into the idea that you can't copy other people's work. You can, you should. You need to look at what other people have done and take that as an inspiration, take that as an idea and apply that as an idea to what you're shooting.
Fashion basics, we're looking at Fashion 101. We'll have a chat through genres, directing, setups, lenses, cameras, a few of those things. And then we'll go into 3 items, 1 light, high fashion, fashion portraiture, and available light, which you can all take home and do over there. 5DS, that would be what I shoot with. Designed to shoot fashion. I've done rock shows, I've done absolutely everything. 85mm for me, it's absolutely fantastic. Your zoom lens is down there at the bottom of your body. All right, easiest thing in the world. And that's how you learn. Shooting primes teaches you so much better than with a zoom. Having said that, this is not like wildlife and it's not like sports action. Don't feel intimidated by your camera body. You can take practically any camera body, irrespective of whether it's the full frame, whether it's APS-C. Fashion is not really about your camera body. It's about your mind. Knowing your genre is something that photographers are a little bit lazy about. We've all got very comfortable with the fact that nowadays you just press a button and you've got an image and it's done. And you go over to your computer and it's done. That's like stopping off at McDonald's. I'll shoot raw because I want optimum quality out of my images, not because I want to rely on post-production. Don't get those two things confused. It's not about relying on post-production. You're still getting it right in camera, but you just got more power at the back end to really deliver good images to your clients. Starting with genre, what most people get wrong is that they don't focus on genre. Now, genre is going to sort out 80% of the issues that you have in your shoots. You can't get into the kitchen and not know what you're cooking. Genre is exactly the same thing. If I know that I'm shooting commercial fashion, then I'm probably aiming at a bigger, softer shaper, because commercial fashion is easy, it's friendly, it's very openly lit so that everyone gets the message very clearly, and it's obvious fashion. So I know how to light it. I know with my models, I'm going to look for people that kind of are friendlier and easier. I'm not looking for a very specific look. I'm looking to be generic. So knowing commercial fashion, I go more generic with the way I work. Lastly, directing is absolutely critical. And I think this is the part that most photographers struggle with. It's probably the question that gets asked most. Being awkward and not giving direction is the killer of the shoot. So whether you have to go and practice in front of a mirror, whatever it is, get used to asking for subtle direction. Never use the word sexy. Don't sexualize the shoot. It starts making people a little bit more uncomfortable, and you're not going to get what you talk about. Beauty, talk about emotions. Explaining your shoot process, I will always start off and I will always say, I'm only interested in your eyes and your hands. I don't care about anything else, because I'm strong in directing and I will tell you how to pose. We'll get there. What I'm worried about is, are your eyes honest? Am I connecting with you? So you see, I start building the story in your head, so that your character goes to that place. Give clear direction in the studio. Learn a little bit about directing. It's going to get you far.
I gotta say, guys, this is the most fun I've had with the camera in a long time.
I've really been enjoying the defog channel, so Clinton is fantastic.
Very interesting show today. Amazing models. It's wonderful. First time for this type of photography, for me in any case.
Clinton was fantastic, and Roger, he was great.
Thank you very much, Roger and the team. You guys have done us a good favor here. Thank you.
I had an amazing time. It was a lot more intense than I thought it would be. It was actually pretty cool. It'll be very useful for me studying fashion design, so now I'm going to be knowing what the photographers are looking for.
We had a wonderful morning this morning at Canon at Rosebank Mall. Fantastic. Learned a lot. Lovely fashion photography, high-end models, beautiful clothes. Great morning. Thanks, Canon.
I had a very educational day. It was fun.
We had a fantastic morning.
What Canon and Roger's team done here is amazing. I don't know where the rest of Joburg were. It was electrifying. The atmosphere zinged, and Clinton Libba, if he wasn't so young, should be a national treasure.
Amazing day. Strongly recommended.
That was our fashion event for Joburg for 2017. Thank you so much to all the people who came along and joined in and gave us some really, really good feedback. We're obviously going to try and do this more often, and hopefully if you get on our database or if you follow or subscribe us on a regular basis, that you'll get an invite for one of the next ones. As you can see, there was a lot of interesting photography being done, and from the comments that we heard from the people, it seemed like a really, really good, entertaining, inspirational and educational thing. For myself, I found I learned a hell of a lot and had a great time. So until the next time, that's it for this episode of Click Video Mag. Thanks very much for watching.